It's so rare in this league. Northwestern's really good, and it's a little misleading when you make shots. And tonight we made shots, and we got good looks, but we made shots. And I thought that Ty, actually got us going early, and unfortunately picked up a couple quick ones. But obviously Marcus was huge, and we had a pretty good idea, where their doubles were coming. Marcus is really hard to bother in a double team, and both he and Ty, because they're big and strong, and there's cylinder rules that have to be watched, and but I thought Coleman Hawkins was elite on the defensive side. I thought Quincy had some very well timed cuts against what their rotations were. And again, 10 of 18 from three, and you shoot 62%. I'll be excited to really start watching the guts of the game to see how it was. Try to take the made shots out of it. But great game for Justin. Again, 30 minutes. I thought he's being rewarded for his hard work, and that's tremendous to see. So. I thought that defensively we did a good job forcing. They shot 50% from three, but a bunch of those were late. But I thought we did a good job on Boo. No assists, 4 turnovers, and he's going to be in action, so he's going to score some points. But again, I just thought we did what we needed to do on that side tonight.
Brad, obviously you go booty ball, and Chris said it reminded him of Jalen Pickett, like you talked about. But how key are those big men you have to making this all work? Like this personnel group you have, like is this better than you expected it to be?
I've always said that Coleman's a really, really good shooter, and he's proving that. But he's also a really good passer, and he's very cerebral. In his slip outs and everything else, his ability to decide when to roll, and so all that becomes really important. And then, again, Quincy's a great cutter. He's a violent downhill driver. So yeah, and I think the one thing is we have multiple guys that can do it. It's not just Pickett. We're going to try to get into it with, as we started the game with Ty. When we saw Boo on Ty, that was the go mode, and unfortunately got foul trouble. We also had some situations where we like it with Quincy, but again, they can all really pass, and they're big and strong. So doubles have been they've handled it.
Brad, you said to us the other day about Justin that this new role at Illinois couldn't have been easy for him to adjust to early on. What are you seeing that has allowed him to make it look easier?
Well, he's simplifying. He's not trying to do too much. I thought at times you can try so hard to be a really good player, and sometimes it's just settling into what the offense gives you, what we need you to do. Run really hard, guard your tail off. The ball instinctively finds him a lot. And then, it's shoot open shots, and if they fly at you, drive it. And it's been that simple, but it doesn't happen like that. It takes time.
Brad, at what point was what you're doing with Marcus right now come into your vision? Was it something you thought about when you recruited him, or when you got him in the summer and played with it? When did you lean into that the way you have?
Well, we knew he could do it because he did a lot of it at Southern Illinois. I mean, he found his way into post-ups from different areas. And so we knew that was going to be don't know if we knew it was going to be like this, you know, and we really knew, we really thought about it a lot more with Ty when we moved him to the point that, you know, okay, this is a guy that could be a, you know, because he's in our league, a picket guy, you know, and it's just blossomed from there. And again, Coleman and you know, Luke and all those guys are keys because they can make shots.
So you had 21 assists Friday against Riley Dickinson, 17 on 35 makes tonight. Just what are you seeing from the ball movement where you're getting those numbers?
The right reads, and unselfish play. You know, it's turning down a good one to get a great one, and you know, I think that there's you not only have to be a good shooter, but you got to be a really good passer, and you got to have some instincts and feel. And you know, our turnovers are down, or 10 turnovers tonight in a game. That, you know, you scored 94, whatever we scored, it's 96, and you know, you're going to have a few, but we're a very unselfish, connected group.
Coach, can you just talk to the scouting report for this game and, you know, the matchups you felt you could exploit and actions you think you could run out of the double teams in the post?
Well, we knew their scheme, you know, and we know what they like to do. I mean, I think they were one of the best defenses last year in the country, and you know, but again, we felt like that there were some challenges that they might have guarding us, and you know, again, if Boo's going to get 20, we want to make him guard at the other end. We want to have him be responsible for you know, for having to guard there. But again, you know, it was just kind of finding the right matchup at the right time, and you know, giving the ball to Ty or giving the ball to Marcus. Tonight it was a lot of Marcus, and you know, and then just making plays and reads out of it.
Coleman, you mentioned Coleman's defense. What does he give you defensively that
Everything.
allows you to do all?
Everything that you don't have to coach. And what I mean by that is he is instinctive. He's smart. He's coming over in timeouts. He's talking to me constantly. I like, you know, why did they score there? And he knows it didn't even enter. Doesn't understand. The play might not have had him in it. He just understands everything about that side of the floor. And then he's got length, and then he's got the mobility to guard a lot of guys. And you know, and we got him on a switch there with Boo in the first half, and he's pretty good with that. And so he does everything we don't coach, and then he knows our stuff really well, and he knows the scouting report really well.
Brad, the effort plays tonight, Luke died on the floor. Just seemed like you guys had an energy and edge to you. How did you see that?
It's usually, yeah, I wasn't very happy at the one at the end of the first half when Barnheiser's, I think they got 3 offensive rebounds, and there was a loose ball and we didn't get on it. And that was one of the first comments I made at halftime. And you always remember the ones that you don't get more than you remember the ones we actually do get. But we talk about those things daily. That's winning a possession like that is, one, very deflating for your opponent, but it helps you win a game that maybe is in a 2-possession game is a difference maker, and all that is effort and want to and desire and wanting to win worse than your opponent, and excuse me, and Luke's great at that, and we got a whole team full of guys like that.
Brett, this last week obviously could have been a distraction, a speed bump for your team. What do you credit their focus and their confidence through that to?
They're very connected, as I've said. I keep going back to that. I don't know what other word to use. And they have tremendous desire and passion, and then they all believe in their abilities. And you know, it's a tribute to them. It really is.
Brad, we've heard the term connected from literally everyone we talk to. So what do you know, and what as a coach are you looking for that you kind of maybe see those signs that it's to the level that you guys are describing it as?
If I'm not anything else, and I think everybody else will do, I pay attention to literally everything that involves our players. like who hangs out, how they hang out, who they're, you know, are there little cliques, are there little this or that, and you start doing that right away, and it has been like remarkable, just remarkable how this group as a whole hangs out. It doesn't matter, you know, you got Quincy coming in from Oregon and Justin coming in from Utah. Well, they played against each other, so there's a little bit of a relationship there. And then it's, Luke's so funny and Coleman's so funny and they're personal, and it's just been an easy fix, and it hasn't been anybody get worried about anything. They've just all fit in. Marcus is, worked so hard and is funny, and he's got a great sense of humor. I can't explain it, but they all, not on it, off of it, care about each other, and there's I probably shouldn't say this, but we did a Secret Santa deal, and the thoughtfulness of the gifts that they gave each other, that was blind. It was, they didn't know who was what, but the thoughtfulness that they gave each other and the gifts were remarkable, and it fit each and every one of them. And man, I just sat back there and was like, wow, it's at another level.
Just offensive versatility from Justin Harmon over the last couple of games. What's that? Is that an added dimension to the offense?
Yeah, Justin's a really good driver of the basketball, and that's what his I don't know forte was last year coming in, was his ability to get downhill and make plays, and he's got different release angles and different areas that he can score from, but yeah, he's keeps at it. He's been good.
Me stuck with kind of those 6 for most of this game. I mean, are you thinking margin of victory, maybe offense, defensive efficiency, just maybe all the things that go into these rankings that at one point down the line are going to matter?
I'm thinking about winning the game, but I think you'd be foolish if you don't think about those things, the way the system's set up. Yeah. No, I'm not trying to rub any I wasn't trying to do that. I'm not trying to be unsporting. That never crosses my mind. But with Nico out, we don't have a ton of options at the point, and so there's restricted opportunities there, but yeah, it always never leaves my mind. Thank you.
All right.